So Joe Rogan has never particularly been known for being a genius I mean, he calls himself dumb all the time. He says he's a dumb guy. And unfortunately, podcasts like Joe Rogan have a lot of political sway over people in this country, even though he really isn't a political commentator at all. He talks about all types of stuff on his shows. He has fighters come on there, he has scientists come on there, he has all kinds of people come on to his show. He has a very broad spectrum of the types of things that he covers and what he talks about. But his reasoning for why he supported Donald Trump in this election is just ridiculous. Now, if you like his policies, you like his policies. If you like his racism, you like his racism. I mean, whatever it may be, just admit to that. But to say that you had problems with Tim Walz's honesty when Donald Trump lies every time he opens his mouth I mean, come on, man. And even some of his fans are giving him backlash for this because it's just so ridiculous. Like, everybody knows that Donald Trump is a massive pathological liar. But we're going to get into what he had to say here himself. This is from the Daily Beast. Joe Rogan says he endorsed Trump due to concerns about Tim Walz's honesty. Again, absurd, absurd. Every time Trump opens his mouth, he lies. And Tim Walz was running for VP, not the president. So that on his face is just ridiculous. Like, dude, just tell the truth. You like his policies, or you like his bravado, you like his shenanigans. That's why you're into him. Like, come on, man. All right, so here we go. My bad. I was looking at this thing on the side. Podcaster Joe Rogan explained recently what led him to make an 11th hour endorsement of Donald Trump. Concerns about Minnesota Governor Tim Walz's honesty. On the Joe Rogan Experience last week, Rogan said he took issue with how the former vice presidential candidate talked about his military experience and his travels abroad. Again, if this was legitimate, you could look at Tim Walz's record as governor, which is fantastic. Paid family leave, giving children school lunches, stuff like that. That pretty much anybody across the board, other than ghouls and goblins, are in favor of. Who's not in favor of making sure that kids have something to eat when they're in school? This dude has been reelected time and time again as a member of the House of Representatives, and then he has had a couple of terms as governor. And it's like, you don't talk about any of that. You're like, oh well, he kind of had a little hiccups with his military record. Like, dude, come on, man. I mean, it's this is just ridiculous. So let's see what he had to say right here.
Well, I wanted to stay out of the presidential election shit.
Yeah,
it's gross because I feel like I had to. I feel like this is so nuts. This is so nuts. When that Tim Walz guy, it's so nuts that guy was going to be the vice president. You're telling me, you're telling me this whole thing's fake. Then you're telling me you don't care if someone's a liar. You don't care if they lied about their military rank, where they served. You don't care if they lie about being an assistant. You don't care if they lie about Tiananmen Square. There's too many things. This is so crazy. You would get fired if you were an assistant manager at a fucking oil changing company.
Yeah. So again, it's just like, and this is what you see with Trump supporters across the board, or for instance, like you look at like Joe Biden pardoning his son, right? Which there's plenty of criticism to go around for that. He said he wasn't going to do it, he did it anyway. But but at the same time, Trump supporters don't care about the war criminals that Trump pardoned, or the fact that he's about to get away with all of the felonies that he has. Convicted of 34 felonies with 66 more to go that we just didn't get around to because the trials didn't finish in time. I mean, 91 felonies. And this guy is getting away with all of them, staffing his White House with cronies and criminals, and y'all don't care about that at all, but you all harping on Joe Biden pardoning his son. Like, it's just all a bunch of BS because politics isn't real to these people. It's just a football game. It's a WWE match. It's my team versus your team. And often what you'll find is, when you're talking to Trump supporters, their whole shtick is, yeah, but Joe Biden, yeah, but the Democrats. And then when they're confronted with the reality, like, I'm not a Democrat, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, I'm more likely to vote for a Democrat because of my political leanings, but I'm not a member of the Democratic Party. And I ain't never really had no love for Joe Biden. Fuck Joe Biden. You know what I'm saying? But if that's not in the picture, it's like, what do they really have to say? You're just sitting there alone with the fact that you are blindly supporting a con artist. I mean, that's what Donald Trump is. He's a con artist and he's an idiot and he's a racist. And so if they don't have the ability to be like, oh, you love Joe Biden. No, I don't love Joe Biden. Oh, you love the Democrats. No, I really don't love the Democrats. Then you're just sitting there all alone with your goofy ass, just obsession with this man. And so now we're gonna look a little bit at what some of the people, some of his fans were saying, Joe Rogan's fans. But again, this is ridiculous. Oh, I had issues with his honesty. Like, give me a break. And so these are what some of the people were saying. I've lost so much respect for this guy. This take is so insane. What happened to this dude? His brain is literally broken. It is. It is. Like, this is embarrassing. It just is. Another person says it's almost like it's a lie and he got involved for personal reasons and didn't have a good excuse to make it seem nonpartisan. Bingo. Come on. Again, out of all the things that you could have said, you say, oh, no, Tim Walz is honesty. Every time Donald Trump opens his mouth, he lies. And can he just be like the millions of other Trump voters and say he supports his policies? Yeah, that would be a lot more genuine. And another person says, is he fucking serious? I really hate whataboutism. But he could literally do 10 straight podcasts solely covering Trump's lies and barely scratch the surface. Again, because every time he opens his mouth, Donald Trump lies. Another one, endorsing Donald Trump because you can't stand a liar is objectively the funniest way to announce how absolutely clueless you are to the entire world. I mean, again, what else is there to say? You know what I mean? Like, I just, whatever credibility he had, it's gone. Hey, now. Thank you so much for tuning in here at Politics and Paper. If you like what I do and you support my work, go ahead and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it and it really helps to support what we do here.